Hello, and welcome to the Notebook Plan podcast. I'm Elizabeth, your host, and this is the series on how to be successful in business. The first thing we have to start out with in this series is happiness. I have you 3 tips for happiness and 2 different solutions, along with a little bit of more information. So let's begin. The first tip is do not criticize. It's so important that when we are having any kind of difficulty or even a disagreement with someone, not to criticize. Do not point out their shortcomings. Focus on their good aspects and what they are really, really good at. Focus on their strengths. The second thing is it's really important to get clarity and confirmation. So when you're listening, make sure that you sit down in front of them to where you are eye to eye. You can see each other and they can see you clearly and you're looking them straight in the eyes. Listen with intent and make sure to focus and listen to what they're saying. Be still until they finish speaking and stating whatever the complaint is or their concern is. Once they have paused, make sure that you repeat back to them what they said. That verifies clarity and concern at the same time. It also lets them know how you interpreted what they said and if it's very clear and if you are understanding and comprehending them. It conveys back and forth and lets them know that you did hear what they said and you have perfect clarity and understanding of what they said. By repeating this back to them, it also helps you to come up with an idea and a better solution while you're working on it at the same time. Don't give any response just yet. Make sure you've heard everything. And the third thing, most importantly, never, ever, ever let someone else's opinion come into play. Don't share that information and get some kind of mixed information or opinion from co-workers, other individuals that are not involved, family, friends, and hearsayers. Make sure that you're conversing directly with the individual who's expressing a concern or a complaint and make sure you address that. That will also keep rivalry down in the workplace, in your success, as well as in your home. So this will pay off in more than one way. It will also cause to build good rapport with the individual, build great trust, and it will convey to other people that outer opinions are not really needed nor necessary if these are things that do not require additional information from someone else. The important thing is if it does concern someone else, that you also bring them into that area so that all 3 parties are involved. And make sure that the individual who is complaining or has a concern or is the individual that is stating something is the one doing most of the talking and that everyone else is doing more of the listening. Once that individual has expressed all of their concerns, then and only then can you delegate who is to be called upon next to share what they have to say. Make sure you keep notes and stay focused and listen very intently. Now here are 2 resolves. Number 1, now that you have gotten perfect clarity on the concerns that this individual may be giving or individuals may be giving, you can now decide on good solutions. This is where other individuals can come into play that may be involved, or maybe it's just one-on-one with you and the other individual. Write down those concerns together, and then that way you can come up with a perfect solution. You can map that problem out and come up with a plan that will be better beneficial and benefit everyone else that's involved. If this is a personal relationship, then once again, it's extremely important not to let others' opinion interfere. Keep it between you and that individual and work out that problem and come to a solution. The second solution would be to basically, if the individual has put you in a position and they're asking you for your opinion or asking you directly for your help, Then and only then, once you've gotten perfect clarity, would it be a good idea to address it with a resolve or a solution. The main thing is to make sure that you both agree on it together, and if it's a group, that you all agree on it together. Coming together with like minds or those of different opinions can really truly help build rapport in the workplace. It can reinforce that there's no disrespect, no rivalry, and great constructive criticism that can be beneficial to help you be successful in your business. I offer you this from my own experience. It's very, very vitally important to be successful in business as well as personal relationships. That number one, never criticize. Number two, focus on their strengths, not on their weaknesses. And number three, make sure there's absolutely perfect clarity before proceeding further and not letting other people's opinions become part of your decision making in your agreement in coming up with a solution together. This builds really strong teams and you become profitable very quickly. This works wonderful in a family unit as well, especially when many of them may be very outspoken and have a great deal of opinion. By not entertaining criticism that is not constructive or beneficial or healthy, will resolve any resentment and hurt feelings along the way. It will resolve being unhappy, frustration, aggravation, and anger. All of these are unproductive things with negative output. So if we are getting positive feedback and giving positive feedback, that will in essence grow happiness. It makes for healthy relationships. I highly recommend seeking out any information that's going to help you be healthy, happier, and have a more productive life. Be more positive outlook, positive input. Pretty is as pretty does. These are all good resolves. Some other things that we can consider in our growing in happiness and building great relationships to be successful in business are being organized. And it is good to have great balance. So we need to have a healthy attitude, a healthy diet, and mental sharpness. And by practicing this on a daily basis, it can aid to you having a more successful business. And the first step is by all means, make sure that you work out all issues and problems and address them head on. Make sure you have happy, healthy relationships and that you try to come up with a solution together and stop trying to control everything on your own. Strong teams and very successful people will tell you the number one thing is to have a strong team that is on your side. Work together, not against each other. And it is not a marathon. It is a race, but it is for success for the whole team to cross the finish line and not just to bring one person to the top. Work as a team, resolve your issues together. You will be grateful that you did, and you'll have long-lasting relationships. And long-lasting relationships is the key stone to every successful business. This is Notebook Plan. I'm Elizabeth. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to hit a thumbs up, follow, that way you'll receive notification on each and every podcast I put up, and share it by all means. Share this with all your friends, share it with others who are in business or a family member, and post it on your social medias. It really helps me out a lot, and it is greatly appreciated. If you are seeing this on the YouTube channel, by all means, subscribe. This is part of the How to Be Successful in Business series, and this one is on happiness. Until the next Notebook Plan, I'll be seeing you. Have a great, wonderful, productive day. And make sure you write down your plans in a notebook. The greatest things are written down and practiced daily.